Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for Microsoft Azure Security Technologies AZ-500. You can download the complete list of Azure-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on AZ-500 is: describe Azure Security Center's Container Registry security feature and its role in securing container images. Your answer should be: Azure Security Center's Container Registry security feature provides vulnerability scanning and image signing capabilities for container images stored in Azure Container Registry (ACR). It helps in identifying and remediating security vulnerabilities in container images before deployment, ensuring secure containerized workloads. Our next interview question is: how does Azure Security Center's Advanced Threat Protection ATP feature help in detecting and responding to advanced threats? Your answer should be: Azure Security Center's Advanced Threat Protection (ATP) features uses machine learning and behavioral analytics to detect and respond to advanced threats across Azure resources. It helps in identifying suspicious activities, malware infections, and unauthorized access attempts, and provides actionable recommendations for threat mitigation. Our next interview question is: what is Azure Policy Guest Configuration and how does it help in enforcing compliance standards for virtual machines? Your answer should be: Azure Policy Guest Configuration enables organizations to define and enforce compliance standards for virtual machines (VMs) by assessing the configuration settings against predefined policies. It helps in ensuring that VMs adhere to security and regulatory requirements by continuously monitoring and remediating configuration drift. Our next interview question is: describe Azure Security Center's integration with Azure Functions and its role in automating security response actions. Your answer should be: Azure Security Center integrates with Azure Functions to enable automated security response actions based on security alerts and recommendations. It allows organizations to trigger custom scripts, workflows, or remediation actions in response to security incidents or policy violations detected by Azure Security Center. Our next interview question is: how does Azure Security Center use machine learning to improve threat detection and response? Your answer should be: Azure Security Center leverages machine learning algorithms to analyze security telemetry data, detect anomalous behaviors, and identify potential security threats. It helps in improving threat detection and response by correlating security events, prioritizing alerts, and providing actionable recommendations for mitigation. Our next interview question is: what is Azure Firewall Threat Intelligence based filtering and how does it help in blocking known malicious traffic? Your answer should be: Azure Firewall's Threat Intelligence based filtering feature uses threat intelligence feeds from Microsoft and third-party sources to identify and block known malicious traffic. It helps in protecting Azure resources from known threats, malware, and malicious IP addresses by applying threat intelligence based filtering rules. Our next interview question is: explain Azure Security Center's integration with Azure policy initiatives and its role in enforcing security policies. Your answer should be Azure Security Center integrates with Azure policy initiatives to enforce security policies and compliance standards across Azure resources. It helps in ensuring that resources adhere to security best practices, regulatory requirements, and organizational policies by continuously assessing and enforcing policy compliance. If you are preparing for any Azure-based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below. Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for Microsoft Azure Security Technologies AZ-500. You can download the complete list of Azure-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on AZ-500 is: what is Azure Active Directory conditional access and how does it help in enforcing access policies based on user context? Your answer should be Azure Active Directory Conditional Access is a policy-based access management feature that allows organizations to enforce access policies based on user identity, device compliance, location, and risk level. It helps in securing access to resources by dynamically adjusting access controls based on contextual factors. Our next interview question is: describe Azure Virtual Machines VM disk encryption with Azure Disk Encryption and its role in protecting data at rest. Your answer should be Azure Virtual Machine Disk Encryption with Azure Disk Encryption encrypts the OS and data disks of Azure VMs using industry standards encryption algorithms. It helps in protecting data at rest by encrypting disk contents, ensuring that data remains secure even if disks are stolen or compromised. Our next interview question is: how does Azure Security Center use threat intelligence to identify and mitigate security threats? Your answer should be Azure Security Center leverages threat intelligence from Microsoft's Global Threat Intelligence Network to identify and mitigate security threats. It correlates security events and alerts with known threat indicators, signatures, and behavioral patterns to detect and respond to security incidents effectively. Our next interview question is: what is Azure Sentinel's data connectors feature and how does it help in collecting security data from various sources? Your answer should be Azure Sentinel's data connectors features allow organizations to collect security data from various sources such as logs, events, and telemetry. It provides pre-built connectors and integration options for ingesting security data from Microsoft and third-party sources into Azure Sentinel for analysis and threat detection. Our next interview question is: explain Azure Security Center's regulatory compliance dashboards and its role in achieving compliance standards. Your answer should be Azure Security Center's regulatory compliance dashboard provides insights and recommendations to help organizations achieve and maintain compliance with regulatory standards such as GDPR, HIPAA, PCI DSS, and ISO 27001. It helps in assessing compliance status, identifying gaps, and implementing security controls to meet regulatory requirements. Our next interview question is: describe Azure Firewall's threat intelligence based filtering and its role in blocking malicious traffic? Your answer should be Azure Firewall's threat intelligence based filtering feature uses threat intelligence feeds from Microsoft and third party sources to identify and block malicious traffic. It helps in protecting Azure resources from known threats, malware, and malicious IP addresses by applying threat intelligence based filtering rules. Our next interview question is, how does Azure Security Center's just-in-time VM access feature help in reducing the attack surface? Your answer should be Azure Security Center's just-in-time VM access feature allows organizations to restrict access to Azure VMs to only when needed. It helps in reducing the attack surface by dynamically opening inbound network ports for specific periods and closing them when not in use, thus minimizing exposure to potential threats. If you are preparing for any Azure-based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below. Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for Microsoft Azure Security Technologies AZ-500. You can download the complete list of Azure-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on AZ-500 is: describe Azure Virtual Network (VNet) peering and its role in securely connecting virtual networks. Your answer should be Azure Virtual Network (VNet) peering allows virtual networks within the same Azure region to be connected securely and privately. It enables resources within peered VNets to communicate with each other as if they were on the same network without traffic traversing the internet. Our next interview question is, how does Azure Sentinel use machine learning to detect and respond to security threats? Your answer should be Azure Sentinel uses machine learning algorithms to analyze large volumes of security data and detect abnormal behaviors and patterns indicative of security threats. It leverages advanced analytics and threat intelligence to provide actionable insights and automated response actions. Our next interview question is, what is Azure Security Center's adaptive application control feature and how does it help in preventing unauthorized application execution? Your answer should be Azure Security Center's adaptive application controls feature helps prevent unauthorized application execution by defining and enforcing a whitelist of allowed applications within Azure VMs. It uses machine learning to learn the application uses patterns and automatically generate application control policies. Our next interview question is, explain Azure Security Center's integration with Azure Policy and its role in enforcing compliance standards. Your answer should be Azure Security Center integrates with Azure Policy to enforce compliance standards and security policies across Azure resources. It provides recommendations and remediation actions to ensure resources are configured in accordance with organizational policies and industry best practices. Our next interview question is, what are Azure Confidential Computing Enclaves and how do they enhance data security? Your answer should be Azure Confidential Computing Enclaves provide a secure execution environment for sensitive data processing within Azure. They use hardware-based trusted execution environments (TEEs) to ensure data confidentiality, integrity, and protection against unauthorized access or tampering. Our next interview question is describe Azure Key Vault's role-based access control RBAC integration and its role in access management. Your answer should be Azure Key Vault integrates with Azure Role-Based Access Control (RBAC) to control access to Key Vault resources based on roles assigned to users or groups. It enables fine-grained access management and enforces the principle of least privilege for managing keys and secrets. Our next interview question is how does Azure Security Center help in protecting hybrid cloud environments? Your answer should be Azure Security Center helps in protecting hybrid cloud environments by providing unified security management and threat protection across on-premises and cloud environments. It supports agent-based and agentless monitoring for hybrid workloads and provides recommendations to improve security posture. If you are preparing for any Azure-based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below. Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for Microsoft Azure Security Technologies AZ-500. You can download the complete list of Azure-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on AZ-500 is: what is Azure AD Application Proxy and how does it enable secure remote access to on-premises web applications? Your answer should be Azure AD Application Proxy is a service that provides secure remote access to on-premises web applications through Azure Active Directory. It enables users to access internal web applications securely from anywhere without requiring a VPN by leveraging Azure AD for authentication and access control. Our next interview question is describe Azure Security Center's integration with Azure Defender for IoT and its role in securing IoT deployments. Your answer should be Azure Security Center integrates with Azure Defender for IoT to provide comprehensive security monitoring and threat detection for IoT deployments. It helps in identifying and mitigating security risks in IoT devices and networks by analyzing telemetry data, detecting anomalous behaviors, and applying threat intelligence. Our next interview question is how does Azure Security Center's Network Map feature help in visualizing and understanding network security architecture? Your answer should be Azure Security Center's Network Map feature provides a visual representation of Azure resources and their network connections within a subscription. It helps in understanding network security architecture, identifying potential security risks, and optimizing network security configurations to enhance overall security posture. Our next interview question is what is Azure Private DNS and how does it help in managing DNS resolution within virtual networks? Your answer should be Azure Private DNS is a service that provides domain name resolution within Azure Virtual Networks (VNets). It helps in managing DNS names and resolution for resources within a VNet, ensuring secure and reliable communication between Azure resources without exposing internal domain names to the public internet. Our next interview question is explain Azure Security Center's container security feature and its role in securing containerized workloads. Your answer should be Azure Security Center's container security feature provides continuous security monitoring and threat detection for containerized workloads running in Azure Kubernetes Service AKS and Azure Container Instances ACI. It helps in identifying and mitigating security risks in container environments by analyzing container configurations, images, and runtime behaviors. Our next interview question is what is Azure Active Directory Domain Service Azure ADDS and how does it enable secure domain service in Azure? Your answer should be Azure Active Directory Domain Services. Azure ADDS is a managed domain service that provides domain join, LDAP, Kerberos, and NTLM authentication services in Azure. It enables organizations to integrate Azure resources with on-premises Active Directory environments securely without the need for deploying domain controllers in Azure. If you are preparing for any Azure-based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below. Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for Microsoft Azure Security Technologies AZ-500. You can download the complete list of Azure-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on AZ-500 is how does Azure Security Center help in protecting hybrid cloud environments? Your answer should be Azure Security Center helps in protecting hybrid cloud environments by providing unified security management and threat protection across on-premises and cloud environments. It supports agent-based and agentless monitoring for hybrid workloads and provides recommendations to improve security posture. Our next interview question is what is Azure Defender for IoT and how does it help in securing Internet of Things IoT deployments? Your answer should be Azure Defender for IoT is a cloud-based service that helps organizations monitor and secure their IoT deployments. It provides threat detection, vulnerability assessments, and asset management capabilities to identify and mitigate security risks in IoT devices and networks. Our next interview question is explain Azure Sphere and its role in securing Internet of Things IoT devices. Your answer should be Azure Sphere is a comprehensive IoT security solution that includes hardware, operating system, and cloud-based security services. It provides a secure foundation for building and deploying IoT devices, ensuring device integrity, secure boot, and ongoing security updates. Our next interview question is what is Azure Active Directory external identities and how does it enable secure access for external users? Your answer should be Azure Active Directory external identities allows organizations to provide secure access for external users such as partners, customers, and suppliers. It enables features like Azure AD B2B, that is business to business, and Azure AD B2C, that is business to customer, for identity and access management. Our next interview question is, describe Azure Sentinel's fusion detection capability and its role in threat detection. Your answer should be Azure Sentinel's fusion detection capability combines multiple signals and alerts from different sources to detect complex and multi-stage attacks. It helps in correlating disparate security events and identifying high-confidence security incidents for investigation and response. Our next interview question is, how does Azure Security Center use threat intelligence to enhance security monitoring? Your answer should be Azure Security Center uses threat intelligence from Microsoft's Global Threat Intelligence Network to enhance security monitoring and threat detection. It enriches security alerts with contextual information and indicators of compromise to help security analysts prioritize and investigate threats effectively. Our next interview question is, what are Azure Security Center's continuous assessment capabilities and how do they help in maintaining security posture? Your answer should be Azure Security Center's continuous assessment capabilities provide ongoing security monitoring and assessment of Azure resources. They help in maintaining security posture by identifying misconfigurations, vulnerabilities, and security risks in real time and providing actionable recommendations for remediation. Our next interview question is, explain Azure Bastion's integration with Azure Monitor and its role in auditing remote access to Azure VMs. Your answer should be Azure Bastion integrates with Azure Monitor to provide logging and auditing capabilities for remote access to Azure VMs. It records access requests, session activities, and user authentication events for auditing purposes, helping organizations maintain compliance and traceability. If you are preparing for any Azure-based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below. Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for Microsoft Azure Security Technologies AZ-500. You can download the complete list of Azure-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on AZ-500 is, what is Azure Sentinel's fusion capability and how does it help in correlating security events? Your answer should be Azure Sentinel's fusion capability combines multiple security signals and alerts from different sources to detect complex and multi-stage attacks. It helps in correlating disparate security events, identifying high-confidence security incidents, and enabling effective investigation and response. Our next interview question is, how does Azure Security Center's regulatory compliance dashboard help in achieving compliance with industry standards? Your answer should be Azure Security Center's regulatory compliance dashboard provides insights and recommendations to help organizations achieve and maintain compliance with industry standards such as GDPR, HIPAA, PCI DSS, and ISO 27001. It helps in assessing compliance status, identifying gaps, and implementing security controls to meet regulatory requirements. Our next interview question is describe Azure Security Center's just-in-time VM access feature and its role in reducing the attack surface. Your answer should be Azure Security Center's just-in-time VM access feature enables organizations to restrict access to Azure virtual machines (VMs) to only when needed. It helps in reducing the attack surface by dynamically opening inbound network ports for specified periods and closing them when not in use, thus minimizing exposure to potential threats. Our next interview question is what is Azure Key Vault Managed HSM and how does it enhance key management and cryptographic operations? Your answer should be Azure Key Vault Managed HSM is a fully managed hardware security module HSM service in Azure that provides secure key management and cryptographic operations. It enhances key management by offering FIPS 140 to Level 3 validated HSMs for storing and managing cryptographic keys securely. Our next interview question is explain Azure Security Center's Advanced Threat Protection ATP feature and its role in detecting and responding to advanced threats. Your answer should be Azure Security Center's Advanced Threat Protection ATP features uses machine learning and behavioral analytics to detect and respond to advanced threats across Azure resources. It helps in identifying suspicious activities, malware infections, and unauthorized access attempts and provides actionable recommendations for threat mitigation. Our next interview question is describe Azure Security Center's integration with Azure Kubernetes Service AKS and its role in securing containerized workloads. Your answer should be Azure Security Center integrates with Azure Kubernetes Service AKS to provide comprehensive security monitoring and threat detection for containerized workloads. It helps in identifying and mitigating security risks in AKS environments by analyzing container configurations, network traffic, and runtime behaviors. Our next interview question is what is Azure Active Directory external identities and how does it enable secure access for external users? Your answer should be Azure Active Directory external identities allows organizations to provide secure access for external users such as partners, customers, and suppliers. It enables features like Azure AD B2B that is business to business and Azure AD B2C business to customer for identity and access management. If you are preparing for any Azure-based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below. Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for Microsoft Azure Security Technologies AZ-500. You can download the complete list of Azure-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on AZ-500 is explain Azure Data Loss Prevention DLP and its role in preventing the unauthorized disclosure of sensitive data. Your answer should be Azure Data Loss Prevention DLP is a cloud-based service that helps organizations identify, monitor, and protect sensitive data across Azure services. It provides policy-based controls to prevent the unauthorized disclosure of sensitive data through data classification, content inspection, and policy enforcement. Our next interview question is, how does Azure Security Center use machine learning and artificial intelligence to detect and respond to security threats? Your answer should be, Azure Security Center uses machine learning and artificial intelligence algorithms to analyze security telemetry data, detect anomalous behaviors, and identify potential security threats. It leverages advanced analytics and threat intelligence to provide proactive threat detection, alert prioritization, and automated response actions. Our next interview question is, what are Azure Sentinel workbooks and how can they be used for security analysis and reporting? Your answer should be, Azure Sentinel workbooks are customizable dashboards that allow security analysts to visualize and analyze security data from Azure Sentinel. They can be used for security analysis, threat hunting, incident investigation, and reporting by creating custom queries, visualizations, and data aggregations. Our next interview question is, describe Azure Disk Encryption with customer managed keys and how does it enhance control over encryption keys? Your answer should be, Azure Disk Encryption with customer managed keys allows you to encrypt Azure Virtual Machine disks using keys stored in Azure Key Vault or on-premises hardware security modules (HSMs). It enhances control over encryption keys by enabling you to manage and control access to encryption keys independently from the Azure platform. Our next interview question is, what is Azure Bastion Host and how does it provide secure RDP and SSH access to Azure VMs? Your answer should be, Azure Bastion Host is a fully managed platform as a service PaaS solution that provides secure and seamless RDP and SSH access to Azure virtual machines VMs directly from the Azure portal. It eliminates the need for exposing VMs to the public internet and reduces the attack surface by providing a secure jump host for accessing VMs. Our next interview question is, how can Azure Security Center be integrated with third-party security information and event management SIEM solutions? Your answer should be, Azure Security Center can be integrated with third-party security information and event management SIEM solutions through the use of Azure Monitor logs and Azure Monitor connectors. It allows organizations to export security alerts, incidents, and telemetry data from Azure Security Center to their existing SIEM solutions for centralized security monitoring and analysis. Our next interview question is, what is Azure Active Directory Privileged Identity Management (PIM) and how does it help in managing privileged access? Your answer should be, Azure Active Directory Privileged Identity Management (PIM) is a service that helps organizations manage, control, and monitor access within Azure AD. It enables just-in-time privileged access, access reviews, and audit logging for Azure resources, reducing the risk of privileged account misuse. If you are preparing for any Azure-based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below. Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for Microsoft Azure Security Technologies AZ-500. You can download the complete list of Azure-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on AZ-500 is: what is Azure Security Center and how does it help in securing Azure resources? Your answer should be: Azure Security Center is a unified security management system that provides advanced threat protection across all of your services. It offers security recommendations, threat detection, and advanced analytics to help safeguard Azure resources. Our next interview question is: how does Azure Key Vault enhance security in Azure applications? Your answer should be: Azure Key Vault allows you to securely store and manage sensitive information such as keys, secrets, and certificates. It helps in safeguarding cryptographic keys and other secrets used by cloud applications and services. Our next interview question is: explain Azure Active Directory AAD and its role in Azure security. Your answer should be: Azure Active Directory is Microsoft's cloud-based identity and access management service. It provides authentication and authorization services for Azure resources, ensuring secure access control and identity management. Our next interview question is: what are Azure policies and how do they contribute to Azure security? Your answer should be: Azure policies are rules and regulations that enforce and control the properties of resources in Azure. They help in maintaining compliance and governance standards by defining and enforcing security requirements across Azure environments. Our next interview question is: describe Azure Firewall and its functionalities in securing network traffic. Your answer should be: Azure Firewall is a managed cloud-based network security service that protects Azure Virtual Network resources. It provides stateful firewall capabilities and threat intelligence to filter and monitor network traffic, ensuring secure connectivity. Our next interview question is: what is Azure DDoS protection and why is it important for Azure deployments? Your answer should be: Azure DDoS protection is a service that defends Azure hosted applications from distributed denial of service DDoS attacks. It helps in mitigating the impact of DDoS attacks by automatically detecting and mitigating malicious traffic. Our next interview question is: how does Azure Sentinel contribute to security monitoring and threat detection? Your answer should be: Azure Sentinel is a cloud-native security information and event management SIEM service that provides intelligent security analytics and threat detection across the entire enterprise. It collects, analyzes, and responds to security data from various sources, enabling proactive threat hunting and incident response. Our next interview question is: what are just-in-time JIT access and how can they be implemented in Azure security? Your answer should be: just-in-time JIT access is a method of granting temporary access to Azure resources for a specified period. It helps in reducing exposure to potential security risks by limiting access only when necessary, thus minimizing the attack surface. Our next interview question is explain Azure Information Protection AIP and its role in data protection and classification. Your answer should be Azure Information Protection is a cloud-based solution that helps organizations classify, label, and protect sensitive data. It provides encryption, rights management, and policy enforcement capabilities to safeguard data throughout its life cycle. If you are preparing for any Azure-based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below. Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for Microsoft Azure Security Technologies AZ-500. You can download the complete list of Azure-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on AZ-500 is explain the concept of Azure confidential computing and its significance in enhancing data security. Your answer should be Azure Confidential Computing provides a secure enclave for sensitive data processing, ensuring that data remains encrypted while in use. It helps in protecting against threats such as malicious insiders or unauthorized access to data in memory. Our next interview question is what are Azure security defaults and how do they help in enforcing baseline security policies? Your answer should be Azure security defaults are pre-configured security settings recommended by Microsoft to help protect Azure Active Directory AAD tenants. They enforce baseline security policies such as requiring multi-factor authentication for all users and blocking legacy authentication protocols. Our next interview question is describe Azure storage security features and best practices for securing data stored in Azure storage services. Your answers should be Azure storage security features include encryption at rest, encryption in transit, role-based access control RBAC, and shared access signatures SAS. Best practices for securing data in Azure storage include using Azure Key Vault for managing encryption keys, implementing RBAC to control access, and monitoring storage activity using Azure Monitor. Our next interview question is how does Azure Security Center use the Secure Score feature to improve security posture? Your answer should be Azure Security Center's Secure Score feature assesses the security posture of Azure resources and provides recommendations to improve security based on industry best practices. It helps organizations prioritize security tasks and mitigate potential vulnerabilities. Our next interview question is explain Azure Resource Manager ARM templates and their role in deploying secure Azure environments. Your answer should be Azure Resource Manager ARM templates are JSON files that define the infrastructure and configuration of Azure resources. They enable consistent and repeatable deployments of Azure environments, ensuring that security controls are implemented consistently across resources. Our next interview question is, what is Azure Security Information and Event Management SIEM integration, and why is it important for security monitoring? Your answer should be Azure Security Information and Event Management SIEM integration allows organizations to ingest security logs and events from Azure services into their existing SIEM solutions. It enables centralized monitoring, correlation, and analysis of security events across on-premises and cloud environments for improved threat detection and response. Our next interview question is, how can Azure Sentinel be customized to meet specific security requirements and use cases? Your answer should be Azure Sentinel can be customized through custom log ingestion, custom detection rules, and playbooks. Organizations can tailor Azure Sentinel to their specific security requirements and use cases by defining custom analytics queries, creating custom alert rules, and automating response actions. If you are preparing for any Azure-based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below. Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for Microsoft Azure Security Technologies AZ-500. You can download the complete list of Azure-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on AZ-500 is, what is Azure Disk Encryption and how does it help in protecting data at rest? Your answer should be Azure Disk Encryption is a feature that encrypts Azure Virtual Machine disks to protect data at rest. It helps in safeguard sensitive information by encrypting disk contents using industry standard encryption algorithms, ensuring data confidentiality and integrity. Our next interview question is, explain Azure Security Center's integration with Azure Sentinel and its role in security incident response. Your answer should be Azure Security Center integrates with Azure Sentinel to provide seamless security incident response capabilities. It helps in correlating security alerts, incidents, and telemetry data from Azure Security Center with advanced analytics and threat intelligence in Azure Sentinel for effective threat detection and response. Our next interview question is, describe Azure Security Center's integration with Azure Monitor and its role in security monitoring. Your answer should be Azure Security Center integrates with Azure Monitor to provide centralized security monitoring and alerting capabilities. It helps in collecting, analyzing, and visualizing security telemetry data from Azure resources, enabling organizations to detect and respond to security threats in real time. Our next interview question is, what is Azure Security Center's security hygiene feature and how does it help in maintaining security posture? Your answer should be Azure Security Center's security hygiene feature helps in maintaining security posture by providing recommendations and best practices for improving the security configuration of Azure resources. It helps in identifying misconfigurations, vulnerabilities, and security risks and provides guidance for remediation. Our next interview question is, how does Azure Security Center's Secure Score feature helps in assessing and improving security posture? Your answer should be Azure Security Center's Secure Score feature provides a measurement of an organization's security posture based on security controls and configurations of Azure resources. It helps in assessing and improving security posture by providing recommendations, best practices, and actionable insights to reduce security vulnerabilities and risks. Our next interview question is explain Azure Security Center's continuous export feature and its role in security data retention. Your answer should be Azure Security Center's continuous export feature allows organizations to export security alerts, incidents, and telemetry data to external storage solutions for long-term retention and analysis. It helps in meeting compliance requirements, forensic investigations, and security analytics by retaining security data beyond Azure Security Center's retention period. Our next interview question is what is Azure Key Vault's role-based access control RBAC integration and how does it help in access management? Your answer should be Azure Key Vault integrates with Azure Role-Based Access Control RBAC to control access to Key Vault resources based on roles assigned to users or groups. It enables fine-grained access management and enforces the principle of least privilege for managing keys and secrets. Our next interview question is describe Azure Security Center's threat protection feature and its role in detecting and responding to security threats. Your answer should be Azure Security Center's threat protection feature provides continuous security monitoring and threat detection for Azure resources. It helps in identifying suspicious activities, malware infections, and unauthorized access attempts, and provides actionable recommendations for threat mitigation. If you are preparing for any Azure-based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below. Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for Microsoft Azure Security Technologies AZ-500. You can download the complete list of Azure-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on AZ-500 is how does Azure Security Center use machine learning to improve security recommendations and threat detection? Your answer should be Azure Security Center uses machine learning algorithms to analyze security telemetry data, identify patterns, and generate insights to improve security recommendations and threat detection. It helps in providing more accurate and actionable recommendations for enhancing security posture and mitigating threats. Our next interview question is explain Azure Security Center's Secure Score feature and its role in assessing and improving security posture. Your answer should be Azure Security Center's Secure Score feature provides a measurement of an organization's security posture based on the security controls and configurations of Azure resources. It helps in assessing and improving security posture by providing recommendations, best practices, and actionable insights to reduce security vulnerabilities and risks. Our next interview question is what is Azure Information Protection AIP and how does it help in protecting sensitive data? Your answer should be Azure Information Protection AIP is a cloud-based service that helps organizations classify, label, and protect sensitive information. It helps in protecting data by applying encryption, access controls, and rights management policies to ensure that only authorized users can access and use sensitive data. Our next interview question is describe Azure Firewall's application rules feature and its role in controlling outbound network traffic. Your answer should be Azure Firewall's application rules features allows organizations to define and enforce allowed outbound network traffic based on destination FQDN, that is fully qualified domain name or IP address. It helps in controlling outbound access to specific applications or services, ensuring compliance with organizational policies and regulatory requirements. Our next interview question is how does Azure Security Center help in protecting Kubernetes clusters deployed in Azure Kubernetes Service AKS? Your answer should be Azure Security Center provides comprehensive security monitoring and threat detection for Kubernetes clusters deployed in Azure Kubernetes Service AKS. It helps in identifying and mitigating security risks in AKS environments by analyzing container configurations, network traffic, and runtime behaviors. Our next interview question is what is Azure Active Directory Privileged Identity Management PIM and how does it help in managing privileged access? Your answer should be Azure Active Directory Privileged Identity Management PIM is a service that helps organizations manage, control, and monitor access within Azure AD. It enables just-in-time privileged access, access reviews, and audit logging for Azure resources, reducing the risk of privileged account misuse. Our next interview question is explain Azure Firewall's threat intelligence based filtering and its role in blocking known malicious traffic. Your answer should be Azure Firewall's threat intelligence based filtering feature uses threat intelligence feeds from Microsoft and third party sources to identify and block known malicious traffic. It helps in protecting Azure resources from known threats, malware, and malicious IP addresses by applying threat intelligence based filtering rules. If you are preparing for any Azure based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below. Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for Microsoft Azure Security Technologies AZ-500. You can download the complete list of Azure-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on AZ-500 is explain Azure Security Center's integration with Azure Kubernetes Service AKS and its role in securing containerized workloads. Your answer should be Azure Security Center integrates with Azure Kubernetes Service AKS to provide comprehensive security monitoring and threat detection for containerized workloads. It helps in identifying and mitigating security risks in AKS environments by analyzing container configurations, network traffic, and runtime behaviors. Our next interview question is how does Azure Security Center use machine learning to improve security recommendations and threat detection? Your answer should be Azure Security Center uses machine learning algorithms to analyze security telemetry data, identify patterns, and generate insights to improve security recommendations and threat detection. It helps in providing more accurate and actionable recommendations for enhancing security posture and mitigating threats. Our next interview question is what is Azure Security Center's Secure Score feature and its role in assessing and improving security posture? Your answer should be Azure Security Center's Secure Score feature provides a measurement of an organization's security posture based on security controls and configurations of Azure resources. It helps in assessing and improving security posture by providing recommendations, best practices, and actionable insight to reduce security vulnerabilities and risks. Our next interview question is describe Azure Active Directory conditional access policies and their role in enforcing access controls. Your answer should be Azure Active Directory conditional access policies enable organizations to enforce access controls based on user identity, device compliance, location, and risk level. They help in securing access to Azure resources by dynamically adjusting access controls based on contextual factors and security policies. Our next interview question is what is Azure Active Directory external identities and how does it enable secure access for external users? Your answer should be Azure Active Directory external identities allows organizations to provide secure access for external users such as partners, customers, and suppliers. It enables features like Azure AD B2B that is business to business and Azure AD B2C that is business to customer for identity and access management. Our next interview question is how does Azure Security Center's just-in-time VM access feature help in reducing the attack surface? Your answer should be Azure Security Center's just-in-time VM access feature enables organizations to restrict access to Azure virtual machines VMs to only when needed. It helps in reducing the attack surface by dynamically opening inbound network ports for specified periods and closing them when not in use, thus minimizing exposure to potential threats. Our next interview question is explain Azure Security Center's container registry security feature and its role in securing container images. Your answer should be Azure Security Center's container registry security feature provides vulnerability scanning and image signing capabilities for container images stored in Azure Container Registry ACR. It helps in identifying and remediating security vulnerability in container images before deployment, ensuring secure containerized workloads. If you are preparing for any Azure-based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below. Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for Microsoft Azure Security Technologies AZ-500. You can download the complete list of Azure-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on AZ-500 is what is Azure Advanced Threat Protection ATP and how does it help in detecting and responding to advanced threats? Your answer should be Azure Advanced Threat Protection is a cloud-based security solution that helps in detecting and investigating advanced attacks and insider threats across on-premises and cloud environments. It provides behavioral analytics and anomaly detection to identify suspicious activities and unauthorized access. Our next interview question is how can Azure Security Center be integrated with Azure DevOps for continuous security monitoring? Your answer should be Azure Security Center can be integrated with Azure DevOps to provide continuous security monitoring throughout the development lifecycle. It enables automated security assessments and compliance checks during build and deployment processes, ensuring secure application development and deployment. Our next interview question is describe Azure Bastion and its role in securing remote access to Azure VMs. Your answer should be Azure Bastion is a fully managed platform as a service PaaS solution that provides secure and seamless RDP SSH connectivity to Azure VMs directly from the Azure portal. It eliminates the need for exposing VMs to the public internet, enhancing security by reducing the attack surface. Our next interview question is how does Azure Multi-Factor Authentication MFA enhance identity security in Azure? Your answer should be Azure Multi-Factor Authentication MFA adds an extra layer of security to users' sign-ins by requiring additional verification methods such as phone calls, text messages, or mobile app notifications. It helps in preventing unauthorized access even if passwords are compromised. Our next interview question is explain Azure Role-Based Access Control RBAC and its role in access management. Your answer should be Azure Role-Based Access Control RBAC is an authorization system that defines who can perform actions on Azure resources and what actions they can perform. It helps in enforcing the principle of least privilege by granting permissions based on roles assigned to users or groups. Our next interview question is what are Azure Managed Identity and Managed Service Identity MSI and how do they contribute to Azure security? Your answer should be Azure Managed Identity and Managed Service Identity MSI are features that provide an identity for services running in Azure. They eliminate the need for developers to manage credentials manually and improve security by securely authenticating services without exposing credentials in code or configuration. Our next interview question is what is Azure Disk Encryption and how does it help in securing virtual machines in Azure? Your answer should be Azure Disk Encryption is a feature that encrypts the OS and data disks of Azure virtual machines (VMs) to protect against unauthorized access. It uses industry-standard encryption algorithms to safeguard data both at rest and in transit. If you are preparing for any Azure-based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below. Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for Microsoft Azure Security Technologies AZ-500. You can download the complete list of Azure-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on AZ-500 is explain Azure Application Gateway and its role in securing web applications. Your answer should be Azure Application Gateway is a web traffic load balancer and application delivery controller that provides advanced security features such as Web Application Firewall, WAF, SSL termination, and URL-based routing. It helps in protecting web applications from common attacks and ensuring high availability and scalability. Our next interview question is, what is Azure Dedicated HSM, that is Hardware Security Module, and how does it enhance data protection? Your answer should be Azure Dedicated HSM is a cloud-based service that provides secure cryptographic key storage and operations using FIPS 142 Level 3 certified hardware security models. It enhances data protection by ensuring that cryptographic keys are stored and managed securely in hardware-backed environments. Our next interview question is, describe Azure conditional access policies and their role in enforcing access controls. Your answer should be Azure conditional access policies allow organizations to define access controls based on specific conditions such as user identity, device compliance, location, and risk level. They help in enforcing adaptive access controls to protect sensitive resources and data from unauthorized access. Our next interview question is, how does Azure Monitor help in detecting and responding to security threats in Azure environments? Your answer should be Azure Monitor provides comprehensive monitoring and alerting capabilities for Azure resources, including security-related events and logs. It helps in detecting and responding to security threats by collecting, analyzing, and visualizing security telemetry data from various Azure services. Our next interview question is, what is Azure Service Health and how does it help in maintaining service availability and reliability? Your answer should be Azure Service Health is a personalized dashboard that provides real-time information on the health and status of Azure services in the regions where you have resources deployed. It helps in maintaining service availability and reliability by providing proactive notifications and status updates during service incidents and planned maintenance. Our next interview question is, explain Azure Security Score and its role in assessing and improving security posture. Your answer should be Azure Security Score is a measurement of an organization's security posture based on the security controls and configurations of Azure resources. It helps in assessing and improving security posture by providing recommendations and guidance to address security vulnerabilities and improve overall security hygiene. Our next interview question is, what is Azure Active Directory Identity Protection and how does it help in detecting and mitigating identity-related risks? Your answer should be Azure Active Directory Identity Protection is a cloud-based security service that detects suspicious activities and potential identity-related risks across Azure AD environments. It helps in mitigating risks by providing adaptive risk-based conditional access policies and automated remediation actions. Our next interview question is, describe Azure Network Security Groups (NSGs) and their role in controlling network traffic within Azure Virtual Networks. Your answer should be Azure Network Security Groups (NSGs) are a built-in feature of Azure that acts as a firewall to control traffic flow to and from Azure resources within a virtual network. They allow you to define inbound and outbound security rules based on source and destination IP addresses, ports, and protocols. If you are preparing for any Azure-based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below. Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for Microsoft Azure Security Technologies AZ-500. You can download the complete list of Azure-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on AZ-500 is: how does Azure Security Center integrate with Azure DevOps for continuous security monitoring and compliance? Your answer should be: Azure Security Center integrates with Azure DevOps to provide continuous security monitoring and compliance checks throughout the development lifecycle. It enables automated security assessments, vulnerability scanning, and compliance reporting for Azure resources deployed through Azure DevOps pipelines. Our next interview question is: what is Azure Key Vault Managed HSM and how does it enhance key management and cryptographic operations? Your answer should be: Azure Key Vault Managed HSM is a fully managed, highly available and scalable hardware security module HSM service in Azure. It enhances key management and cryptographic operations by providing FIPS 140 to Level 3 validated HSMs for secure key storage and cryptographic operations. Our next interview question is: explain Azure Security Center's Secure Score and its significance in assessing and improving security posture. Your answer should be: Azure Security Center's Secure Score is a measurement of an organization's security posture based on the security controls and configurations of Azure resources. It helps in assessing and improving security posture by providing recommendations, best practices, and actionable insights to reduce security vulnerabilities and risks. Our next interview question is: what is Azure Disk Encryption and with Azure AD Managed Keys, and how does it simplify key management for data encryption? Your answer should be: Azure Disk Encryption with Azure AD Managed Keys is a feature that allows you to encrypt Azure Virtual Machine disks using keys stored in Azure Active Directory Azure AD. It simplifies key management by eliminating the need for managing encryption keys manually and enables centralized key management and access control. Our next interview question is: describe Azure Private Link and its role in securing connectivity to Azure services. Your answer should be: Azure Private Link is a service that provides private connectivity to Azure services by extending Azure Virtual Network VNet resources to the Azure Services private endpoint. It helps in securing connectivity by keeping traffic within the Microsoft Azure network, thus reducing exposure to the public internet. Our next interview question is: how does Azure Security Center use threat intelligence to detect and respond to security threats? Your answer should be: Azure Security Center uses threat intelligence from Microsoft's Global Threat Intelligence Network to detect and respond to security threats. It analyzes security telemetry data, correlates threat indicators, and provides actionable recommendations and automated response actions to mitigate security risks. Our next interview question is, what is Azure Firewall Manager and how does it help in managing multiple Azure Firewall instances? Your answer should be Azure Firewall Manager is a centralized management service that allows organizations to manage multiple Azure Firewall instances and policies across different Azure regions and subscriptions. It helps in simplifying firewall management, enforcing consistent security policies, and providing centralized visibility and control. If you are preparing for any Azure-based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below.